What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I hope you are all having yourselves a fantastic afternoon. Appreciate you taking the time. We got a live one here. It's going to be as quick as I possibly can make it. As soon as I got home, tried to throw this together. Obviously, this happened like over an hour ago, but gave you guys some of my thoughts on Nicholas Morrow online, but always come here live on YouTube, give you guys my thoughts, my, analysis on who these guys are, who we're adding. You see the chaos ensuing. Oh my God, this guy sucks. Everybody sucks. Well, I'm here to try to combat all of that. So appreciate each and every one of you taking the time, but we're here to talk about the Eagles signing linebacker Nicholas Morrow. One of the names we mentioned last week when talking about linebackers and every other position on defense when talking about the familiarity with Sean Desai. So, yes, this is one of the guys that was a possibility. You talk about those converted safety linebackers, just like we did with Kaiser White last year. You bring in a guy like Nicholas Morrow, who used to play safety. He's got coverage skills, had some issues last year, but was the leading tackler for the Bears. So, look, he's got, a skill set that can play what we need in this defense. So, again, this dude's 27 years old. Let's take a look real quick at his bio here. But you can see 6 foot, 225. He was undrafted in 2017. The Raiders signed him. He played there for 4 years, and he was out 2021 and then came back by re-signing with the Bears. And look, he played all 17 games last year. So the injury, thankfully, stayed good to go there. I don't think that, people realize you get these guys much cheaper when, they have injury history. Look, I get it. You want everyone to be healthy. And people always say that when you sign a guy like this. Oh, I hope he stays healthy. Well, I'll be honest with you. I hope the entire team stays healthy. I don't know. But it's wild times out here. And I see a lot of people, the roster is set. This is how we have to go into the season now. These are our linebackers. We are not allowed to draft or sign anyone else. Also, not true. So, don't know where these narratives come from, but you see the linebacker room here. You know that Nakobe Dean was the guy that was going to step into one of those starting roles, well, pretty much for Kaiser White. So you got a guy like Nicholas Morrow. And look, for me, yeah, he can replace TJ Edwards. He could replace White. I mean, you could have either one of these guys doing their thing. A lot of the time we have two linebackers, talk about that 5-2. We talk about 4-2, just a lot of nickel in today's NFL. So you're going to have that fifth defensive back. We're going to be running a lot of, two linebacker sets. So I think that, Dean and Morrow could get it done, but this does not mean the Eagles can't add anyone to this room. So for me, you're going to have a guy like Nicholas Morrow in here to compete. He's got starting experience. Sean Desai knows him. He knows Sean Desai's system, what he wants to do. And clearly Desai is, I'm sure, changed a lot of things, added things in his year. So, yeah, but this is someone that we talk about for a reason. You got to look at those kind of things. And I know a lot of people are upset about this, but I want to add linebackers to this room. I want to get better. And the Eagles don't care about people's mock drafts. They don't care that people think that you have to sign all the top free agents every day of free agency. That's just not how it works. And we're going to continue adding depth pieces, then looking for starters. And whether we add them in free agency or the draft, only time will tell. But the chaos, I don't understand. In free agency, people are always losing their minds. It's every year, and it's like, look, man, this is a process. We'll see what the roster looks like in a few months, but you got to start adding certain pieces to see where you need to go in the draft and things like that. So I'm all about this move. I'm sure a very low risk, high reward kind of deal that didn't cost you much. So again, another one, just like Rashad Penny, Greedy Williams, Justin Evans. So these guys all have the talent. It just hasn't been unlocked, or they've been dealing with injury. So for me, another great signing by Howie Roseman. Great job, Howie. And this is not the answer here. So Morrow used to be a safety. You think he's probably decent in coverage. Also, did he ever? Yes, all of those things I just mentioned. That is a yes. And you think he'll still pick up another starting caliber? Yes, as I just mentioned there. So, yes, all of those things I just mentioned are a yes. And I think that, the roster is not done. I don't know where that narrative comes from that you're not allowed to add more players after you sign one. But as you can see, every time they keep saying that, we keep adding someone. So it's not over. There are actually months until the season starts. So Don't understand it, but I'll keep laughing at it. But here are the players we have added so far. On offense, we have retained Kelsey, Scott, and Toth, and then we brought in Mariota and Penny. Then we retained on defense Bradbury, Cox, and Graham, and have brought in Evans, Morrow, and Williams, who all help with depth, can give you starting caliber guy that, hey, if healthy, you never know. And I do believe we add to all those rooms, but it is what it is. You have to start adding depth somewhere. So I love what we were able to do. Obviously, we were going to lose players. We lost 10 guys, 5 on offense, 5 on defense there. And you see some starters there. And we're going to have to add, pieces on the back end as well that are going to compete with whoever else. Maybe it'd be a younger guy, another person we sign. So perfectly fine here. And then you've got some free agents remaining. Always just trying to keep you guys up with all of these things throughout free agency. But I'll let you know whenever these guys are signed. I do believe Tyree Jackson will be tendered, just due to the fact that an exclusive rights contract is, it's more than cheap, okay? It's under $1 million. It's based off of a player that has less than 3 accrued season. And usually, I think it was last year, like $875,000. So that does nothing to your cap. It's, a no-brainer. You bring him in, let him compete. If he sucks, you cut him. It is what it is. But other than that, maybe we talked about Robert Quinn with that familiarity with Sean Desai. Maybe he brings him back. But beyond that, man, you're going to be looking into the draft and things like that. So only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Howie in his bag picking up the sleeper guy's head, and that's what Howie does. And look, people are going to be upset about everything that the Eagles do, no matter what, every offseason. But I'm going to be here to try to combat that and try to at least convey that these are good moves. You get guys with the skill sets we need. What do we talk about all the time? The versatility of these players, and each position has a certain set, that they need with that versatility. And, well, he pretty much fits that mold that we talked about with Kaiser White last year when we wanted to add him. Well, we got him. Well, Nicholas Morrow, a converted safety, that literally can cover, can tackle. Again, he had some coverage issues last year, but I think coming back from that injury could have played a part in that, and I think that he will fit in perfectly here. Love the move. Would love to hear your thoughts down below, but I got to get rolling out. I will be back later. If there are any moves made, I'll jump on, make a live video, but tonight, live at 8 o'clock, I've got my man Lord Brunson coming on, and I'm a little pumped up about it. Let's go. So I hope you will take the time, tune in tonight, because it's going to be an effing good one. And we're going to be breaking it all down from all the moves that have happened in free agency, how we feel about going into this all season, the draft, all of that stuff is going to be broken down. Going to get to know LB a little bit. So hope you will tune in with your questions and comments. I will get to as many as I possibly can, but I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time today. Again, you're watching this later. I would love to hear your thoughts on this move, on free agency, whatever it may be. But I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!